His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu is serving as President of ISKCON Pune for the last 25 years, leading a community of 6,000 members. He is also one of the co-presidents of ISKCON Hyderabad. He is serving as the director of a youth club, Voice, Vedic Oasis for Inspiration, Culture and Education. He has compiled many youth books like Stress to Smile, 5-volume Essence of Gita, and so on. The well-known course, Discover Yourself, is designed by him. He has won many awards. Some of them are Global Excellence Award for Educating Youth in Bhagavad Gita, Jiva Goswami Award for Innovative Youth Outreach. ISKCON GBC has appointed him as GDO, Global Duty Officer for West Outreach. He has been guest speaker at various prestigious universities, namely MIT Boston, Stanford University, University of Washington, Cornell University, and many others, and also at various leading companies, namely Amazon, Bank of America, Infosys, Deutsche Bank, Cognizant, Persistent. He has been a youth trainer since last 30 years in all leading IITs, NITs, and many other prestigious institutions. He is an inspiration for many youth and youth preachers.
Since 1997, he has been the president of ISKCON Pune, leading a vibrant spiritual community of over 6,000 members. He also serves as a presidential board member of ISKCON Hyderabad Abids.
His Grace Radheshyamdas is a Global Excellence Award winner for his outstanding contribution to youth education in Bhagavad Gita. He is also GDO, Global Duty Officer for the West, and travels across leading universities in the USA for 3 months every year.
He has delivered seminars at prestigious institutions such as MIT, Stanford, Caltech, and has presented sessions at top companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Bank of America, Infosys, and more.
He is a Jiva Goswami Award winner for Innovative Youth Outreach and the designer of the Discover Yourself 6-session course that has touched thousands of lives.
As an author, he has written impactful books like Stress to Smile and the 5-volume Essence of the Gita. For the past 30 years, he has been tirelessly training and mentoring youth across institutes, including IITs, NITs, and various universities in India and abroad.
We are truly blessed to have him with us today. Please join me in warmly welcoming His Grace Radheshyamdas.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuhunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Very happy to be with all of you here at Mahindra University. I'm especially thankful to Visalakshmi Madam and Kondeya Sir and many others and the organizers of this event here, all the senior leaders of this institution. I was very amazed by your overwhelming responses with questions and everything, even before the start of the seminar. Thank you all very much. One of my hobbies is to make the Bhagavad Gita knowledge very easy to grasp, lucid with examples and stories. That's one of my hobbies. I've been doing, writing books and making PowerPoints. Let us see how you receive this. I have made this Art of Smart Work into a small pocket book. I think a few copies we may have at the end of the session. So, there are sections of this. We will finish as many sections as you like to have. This is a very well-known crow to all of you, who brought some stones and pebbles to increase the level of the water so that, you can drink water, because if the crow would enter the jar, he would never be able to come out. So it's considered an intelligent crow for bringing the stones. It was putting the best efforts. It was sticking to the same method of bringing more and more stones with great effort, and was determined to get the water level to the top. But what do you think the crow could do alternatively to become a smart crow? Anybody? Any of you can raise your hand? If it has to become a smarter crow than what it is now. Anybody? What do you think the crow can do to get the water level up or to be able to drink the water? Yeah? Because this crow was considered intelligent before. Why? Some crows found the water level less and they flew away. Whereas this crow is considered intelligent because it put the stones and increased the water level. But you could act even more intelligently than this. Anybody? What would you do if you are in this crow's position? If you have to... Yeah, yes, please. What you can do? Straw. I can use a straw. Give her one applause. So this crow, it flew to the one fruit juice shop in the neighborhood and just brought a straw and just drank it and flew off. So that is why when we talk about smart work, as you see here, well-informed, agile, strategic thinkers, business-focused, number-focused, people-focused, you have a global exposure. Many things have become all important nowadays. It's not enough to be just hard-working student. I will show you later on one slide called agility. Agility is a quality similar to resilience. Your flexibility with people. Your flexibility with last-minute assignments. Your flexibility with changing situations. That's called agility. So, we will learn today what are some steps you can take to become a smart functioner. So like this, I have 5-6 sections of this PowerPoint. As much interest you all show, I can complete that many of them. One of the very first things is that what makes us very stressful in life is that we think I am all alone and I have to do everything myself. That's what most of the workers think in that way. That causes a lot of stress. But now you're going to learn in this first section that I am a co-worker with God. What's the meaning of co-worker? You're not alone. You have somebody above you, and who is watching you, who is guiding you, who is supporting you, like Arjuna had. Like here you see, we sow the seed, but God gives the rain. So we do our part and He does His part. Similarly, you see here, we give the interview, but we don't choose ourselves for the job. The panel has to choose us for the job. Similarly, we write our exams, but the teacher has to give marks. Look at the kid, how tense he is while writing his paper. But ultimately, the marks have to come from the teacher. So, you do 50% and the 50% is not in your hands. So, in Krishna teaches in Gita, the same very famous, globally well-known principle of circle of influence and circle of concern. It is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Karman neva adhikaraste, that is circle of influence. Ma phaleshu kadachana, circle of concern. He says that focus on your circle of influence, which means you study well, prepare well, write well. After that, don't bother about the result because you are not going to give marks for yourself. Somebody else is going to give you the marks. So whatever is within your reach, be concerned about it, not bother about other things. So that's what he teaches. So, for example, let us explain it a little more. See, we choose a job or a spouse or the type of car or even the type of apartment, whether you want to have a bungalow or you want to have a 2 BHK, 3 BHK, whatever. So these are all things which we all choose in this world. You have the freedom to choose, depending on your paying price. But you don't choose your parents, did you? Think about it. Recently, Mukesh Ambani got a grandson now, recently. And the child he opened his eyes and he became a billionaire. As soon as he opened his eyes. Now, this child, did he choose that family to be born? He was born in that family. So we also didn't choose our parents. If any of you were told that you can choose your parents, probably you would want to choose Elon Musk or something. I don't know. Whom would you choose? You would have a preference to be born in a very stinking rich family. Similarly, you don't choose your face cut. Every one of you have a different type of face here. unique type of face, unique type of fingerprint. So you didn't cut your face was cut for you already when you were born. You didn't choose your skin pigment color also either. Similarly, our intelligence, IQ level also, it comes to the body. Our body is like a particular model car, you see. So these things are there. We don't choose. So who chooses? And on what basis comes the question. So somebody is choosing your face cut, somebody is choosing your skin color, somebody is choosing your IQ. Somebody has chosen for you to be born in a certain family. So when you think very deeply about this, you can understand that there is a giant brain. We have a small brain, but there is a giant brain that is moving the cosmos. So I will give a very simple, small example for you. Like you all know, the pots made by a potter. A potter moves his hand like this and makes many type of pots. Sometimes the pots are tall, some are short, some are flat like a plate. He makes all the pots and arranges them. And then he leaves the wheel behind and goes for lunch. Somebody comes there and says, "Oh, all these varieties of pots have come from the wheel." Is it true or not? Have they all come from the wheel or not? They have come from the wheel. But they were not created by the wheel. They were actually made by the potter using the wheel. All these pots were made. Similarly, the material nature you see in this world is actually an instrument. And there is a supreme intelligence beyond who is using the material nature to produce many wonderful face cuts like all of you are sitting here. Every one of our bodies is made by the material nature, which is like a wheel. But God is a potter who makes all these different forms. That's the point. For example, if one of you plays guitar very nicely, would people appreciate the guitar or the guitar player? Tell me. Guitar player. Is it not true? Because guitar doesn't play on its own. Somebody has to play it. Similarly, God uses the material nature to create all our bodies. So that's the point. Therefore, He has specifically chosen what parents you will get, what type of IQ you will have, everything. For example, you ask a child when you enter the airport door, why the airport door opens? The child will say, we have to go inside so it opens. That's a very obvious answer a child may give. But you know very well, there is a sensor path which is blocked, which causes the door to open. Is it a pre-arrangement or is it automatic? What do you think? Is it a pre-arrangement or is it automatic? Yeah? So it's automatic. So does the door open automatically without a pre-arrangement of a sensor? Does it open automatic? For example, here is a door. Now the door is open now. If the door is closed, if I go and stand in front of it, will this door open automatically? Will this open? Because there is no pre-arrangement for the door to open. Whereas in airport, there is a pre-arrangement of sensor blocking. So it opens. Similarly, in the airport, one day when I went to wash my hands, I didn't find the tap. I asked that fellow, hey, where is the tap? He said, just put your hand, water will come. He said. I said, without opening, how can I get the water? He said, Swami, that I don't know, but if you put hand, water will come. That much I know. So I did put my hand and water came. Is it pre-arrangement or is it automatic? Pre-arrangement. Not that in all the taps you get water. Only wherever there's a pre-arrangement of sensors made, only there you will get water like that. Otherwise, you will have to open the tap. That's the whole point we are making here. Okay, here are two little girls. They come from the school. They find a sandwich at home. They know very well the sandwich is very tasty, very nice. But they know very well that behind the sandwich, there is mother who is preparing it and bringing it. It's not that it's just automatic. There's a pre-arrangement. Similarly, you go to the garden in the morning, you find the sun shines, the flowers blossom, the fruits ripen, the seasons change, the wind blows, cloud showers. You are watching everything. I am not doing it, you are not doing it, none of us are doing it. There's a pre-arrangement which is making all these things happen. And we are not just watching it. We also need these things. If there is no sunshine, no water shower, no grains, no fruits, we can't survive. So, when we talk about the Supreme, there is a Supreme governing the universe, just as you are governing your body and your home. Similarly, there is a Supreme governing the universe. And the moment you come in touch with that Supreme Lord, then you understand that I and that God are co-workers. Why I am calling the word co-worker? Because based on your actions, he awards you reward. For example, all of you will graduate from Mahindra University and go to your company, and you're going to get promoted. Is promotion automatic or somebody is promoting you? Based on your performance appraisal, they are going to promote you. And some people will be fired from the company, some will be promoted. There is always somebody behind who is promoting or demoting people. Is it not true? Behind any action, there has to be somebody. Look at this universe. For example, somebody smokes a cigarette, they get lung cancer. Somebody drinks liquor, they get liver cirrhosis. Somebody is chewing tobacco, they get ulcers in the mouth. Somebody is doing illicit sex, they get sexually transmitted diseases. That means behind every one of these actions, there is a kind of punishment kept in order to dissuade us and stop us from going further in that direction. On the other hand, you do pranayam, you do yogasanas, you do chanting Hare Krishna mantra meditation, you eat simple vegetarian food, you'll be very healthy. That means for certain activities you are given reward, for other activities you are given punishment. That means there is somebody who is the awarder of the punishment, who is the awarder of the reward. How can things happen automatically? Give me an explanation. If you have another explanation, I'm ready to listen to you. Anybody? You will see that for every action you do, good or bad, there are consequences kept. So like in a company, you did extra hours of work, you are given incentive. And then you fail to go to company a few days, you'll have to go on loss of pay. Similarly, in the same manner, you find there is a supreme intelligence governing the universe, which is producing so many type of fruits and flowers and everything, all these things. So, every one of us is a co-worker like Arjuna. We do our best and then God does the rest. So, by knowing this one simple fact, half of your stress can be relieved. Because you know very well that there is a fair personality at the top who knows who deserves what. And he knows best. One time, a businessman was walking the forest way and he wanted to relax under a tree. So while lying down, he just saw a very big pumpkin. And he said, God must be crazy. He said, why? Such a big pumpkin is in a small creeper. And look at this large banyan tree. It has a small fruit in the top. God must have made a big fruit for a big tree and a small fruit for a small creeper. Like that he said. And then he went to sleep. Within a short time, one of the fruit from the top fell on his forehead. And he jumped up from his sleep. And he looked in the mirror. There's a big bump on his forehead. He said, thank God. If God made a big fruit like this pumpkin on the top of the tree, my head would have broken to pieces. So God is not crazy, I am crazy, he said. So he said, God knows best. Why he does what he does, he knows when he made this creation. So therefore, we are all co-workers. Now we are going to learn about smart work. One of the first aspects of learning smart work is to know what is your role and is there someone else who plays their role. Here, second point, I am part of a team to galvanize ideas and efforts of the team. Say, let us assume one of you become a team lead tomorrow. So you have dozen people working with you. What attitude, if you possess, will make you a successful leader? That's what you're going to learn now. Before we go into that, you can learn this very simple concept of body, mind and soul. The one I have shown you in yellow is the real you. And you are given two commodities, mind and the body. And what is the mind for? See, the soul, you are different from the body. In the mind, you store your desires, and the body, you execute desires. Say, for example, I want to play piano. That desire I store in the mind. After some time, when I get money, I'll go to the market and buy a piano. And then I will use my body to execute my desire of playing piano. As simple as that. So you store your desires and execute your desires with the body. So the body is like a hardware, mind is like a software. Or we can say mind is like a microprocessor. And the body is like a servo motor. So the servo motor is linear, rotary, it can move. And the microprocessor, you program your desires. Is this example clear to everybody? Is this clear? Anybody has any doubts about this? It's clear, yeah. Okay, now comes a very important point. The yellow one I have shown you is the real you. You have innately good qualities. But the red one I have shown you is the mind surrounding you, the soul, which has got some acquired qualities. Like this gentleman looks very smart and friendly, but look at him here. Sometimes he has another type of personality, behavior. So the innate quality is good, but the acquired quality is bad. Because the soul is always divine. Every one of us sitting here is divine. But you are covered by your mind, which can have some acquired quality. Why do I use the word acquired? I'll tell you. For example, the pure rainwater coming from the sky is serene, clean. But when it touches the ground, it becomes muddy. Similarly, when we come to this world, we become covered by the mind, due to which our behavior becomes erratic, like you see here. So I need two students just now to read out something from the screen. Do we have two students who can be given a mic also? We have two mics available. Do we have? After this slide, I will need two students to do a reading. One student should read very mildly. The other student should read very loudly and very passionately. Okay? Okay. There is one student there. One more? Two of you. Two of them. Yeah. See, here I have shown you some of the acquired bad qualities. Simple ones are like postponing or, tending to postpone always or getting mood off. And little more serious is if I, as a leader, I get easily irritated over small, trivial things and I can't be successful. And inability in team playing is what I'm going to show you now. Inability in team playing. Why am I going to show you this? I have a reason for it. Because they made a research in Stanford. Stanford made a research about Harvard Business School. They said 57% students don't know the job description, what is expected of them when they graduate from MBA. But 82% students have difficulty with team playing. They found it. It's a recorded research. If you go to Harvard Business School review papers, you will see that. 82%. That's why I took this topic of inability in team playing, which I'm going to show you now. These are even more serious ones. Lacking loyalty or bad mouthing. Lacking loyalty is actually an integrity problem. Like one IT fellow, one rival company asked him, if you release secrets from your company, for every secret you release, we'll give you 1 lakh rupees. He was already drawing 12 lakh per annum in those days. Now he thought if I give one release, one secret, I'll get 1 lakh over it. So 18 lakhs he earned in 1 year. So 6 secrets he released. He thought I can go on doing this. But the subsequent year, the parent company found that whatever researches we are doing, the rival company is, applying it before us. How are they getting the secrets? And they found out the black sheep. And they spotted him and they fired him from the job along with the black mark. Of course, when he went out, he thought I can always get another job elsewhere. But then everywhere he went, they found out his parent company and the black mark and he couldn't get placed. For 2-3 years, he suffered. So which means 2 to 3 years, he must have lost about like 30 lakhs or something like that. He lost. Then he returned to the rival company and said, hey, for you guys, I release the secrets for you. Why don't you absorb me in your company? They said, here is the door, get lost. If you are not loyal to your company, how are you going to be loyal to us? So lacking integrity is a serious problem. You see? It's like penny wise, pound foolish. You can win the game today, but you'll be lost forever. Similarly, bad mouthing about others, sweet talking on face, bad mouthing on back. This is a duplicity, we call it. So these are all more serious problems. Okay, let us take the team playing thing now. Okay, who are the two students who are going to do this? Okay, see, madam, one is in yellow. So you will read the yellow one, and we have a red one. So the one who is reading the yellow one should read softly, and the one who is reading the red one should read with a very strong voice. Who has a very strong voice? Thick voice. Now you have a thick voice. Good. So you do the red one, and the yellow one who can do? Who has a mild voice? Anyone more? You can. There is one hand up behind. One more mic, madam. You can come here. You can come here near her. So you both of you can do that. Okay. One of you read the yellow one, and the other one the red one. Okay. So here is the team leader. What is this team leader's consciousness? You will see. When we read it. Please go ahead. I have shown in the heading also, innate and acquired bad qualities. Okay, go ahead.
Good work through many by giving them creative
God
thoughts.
works through many. Yeah.
God works through many by giving them creative thoughts.
Yeah.
My opinion is best.
Good.
Oh,
I am open to good suggestions from my team. I consider I am one of them.
So although he's the leader of the team, she's considering herself one of the team members. Yeah.
I am easily irritated. I am the boss. Just do what I say.
Good. Yes.
I am grateful and appreciative of others' ideas. It makes my life easy and brings direction for team.
So this leader is very accommodating leader, appreciative of the ideas of the team members. And also the leader seems to think that, oh, if ideas are coming from various people, I can galvanize their ideas and make our team a winning team. So this is actually a collective consciousness, very good for any good team leader.
I consider others giving opinion as insubordination and I badmouth about them.
So some team leaders just cannot accept anybody's idea. They say my way or highway. That is their idea. So again, it's going to come in the next slide. I'll show you. See, the second type of leader is driving away the team members. You see, this is what happens. Then if you have 12 members working with you, only 2-3 will cooperate with you, others will run away. We don't get cooperation. So a smart worker is not just a passionate worker, but one who blends goodness with passion, which we will learn today, how to do that. See here, a proud leader, ahankarena, the word is used, who hankers for results and struggles hard, burning out oneself without sharing the credits. That's called bahulayasam. 3 words are used, ahankarena, kamepsana, bahulayasam. This is 18.24 Bhagavad Gita, which means this person always thinks I am the center of everything, the whole world should revolve around me, everybody should be at my beck and call. And he struggles hard to hold all the credits to himself, doesn't share with anybody, and he hankers for the results. So he doesn't get sleep at night, hankering for the results. It's insomnia. So this is called as a passionate worker. And the top worker is a worker in goodness who is sattvic worker. Let us see some more examples. Okay, please read that again.
I am not an all-knowing God. Let me hear from my friends too.
This is humility of a leader. Leader is willing to listen from others.
I know it all. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
I am one of the members of the team and I will work together to bring success in attaining team goals.
So the leader should act like a facilitator in a team, like this.
I just can't do team playing.
I will tolerate my ego even if my original idea is rejected and is substituted by another better idea of my team members.
Oh, this is extraordinary, isn't it? Imagine I am a team leader and somebody else in the team gives a better idea than mine. I don't think whether my idea is taken or his idea is taken. I accept whichever idea is the best, which will make the team a success. So that's a very exalted consciousness of a leader.
I quit the team.
Isn't it? So how many of you are able to understand clearly the difference between innate qualities of the soul and the acquired qualities in our mind? How many of you? Is it clear? You are able to clearly see that? So that means the red one, what we have shown, is the impurity in our mind, which causes that type of ego. So, like in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Lord Krishna himself teaches, in the whole first chapter, Arjuna went on pouring out his own idea of what he wants to do. And Krishna did not speak one word. He listened fully, allowed him to pour out. In the second chapter, after pouring out everything, Arjuna cried, put his bow and arrow down, and then sought guidance from Krishna as a mentor. When he hired Krishna as a mentor, then Krishna began speaking. So a good leader is one who can listen first. So this is what I was telling about agility. See, the results agility means delivers the results in challenging first-time situations. And similarly, self-awareness means you know your own strengths and weaknesses. Mental agility means examining problems in unique ways, like out-of-box thinking. People agility means you are a skilled communicator. You can work with all types of people. Change agility means you are ready to experiment with changing situations. You don't say, I want a set pattern. I am ready to work in changing situations. So this is what the one which I have shown you here, learning agility. It has multiple talents And when we become smart workers, we will be able to adopt all this type of agility. So, like Arjuna was actually putting his bow down and not ready to fight. So Krishna was the greatest crisis manager the world has ever seen. A very big war is about to start and the CEO has collapsed. And he gave the Bhagavad Gita and woke him up and made him fight and made him a very good leader. So where do you get the ability to become such a smart leader? You see, whatever books you read, the movies you watch, music you hear, and friends. So are these things uplifting you? Are they degrading you? That you will know. So, for example, the Mahabharata, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, Chanakya Niti, Panchatantra, Hitopadesha, these kind of books are all very uplifting books. A lot of things to learn from them. Similarly, the movies we watch, are they adding value to your life? Are they building character? Are they helping you to become more confident in life? Or what type of movies you watch, are they frightening you? Like one of my friends watched a ghost movie. When he returned back in the night, you would always see a skeleton laughing at the window, isn't it? So for 20 years he suffered. So what type of movies you watch? What type of music you hear? Okay, that was the second thing about. First thing I told you about, I and God are co-workers. Second thing I told that I am also one of the members of every team where we all have to work together. So we have to put aside our false ego and learn to work in a team while living in this world. So when we talk about smart work, we can say hard work, smart work, teamwork, and prayer. If you add these four things put together can make you do maximum amount of success can be brought by this. For example, first one is hard work is what you can do. You all must have heard about the squirrel and Hanuman, right? No? And a squirrel could do this much work. Hanuman could do this much work. So that is based on the hard work. And smart work, one of the girls was saying about that bringing a straw, how the crow can. So smart work is out-of-box thinking. In our temple, we have something called as a Vyasasana, we call it. It's supposed to be like a huge seat meant for Veda Vyas. But Veda Vyas doesn't sit there. We all sit, whoever is giving the lecture, who's supposed to represent Veda Vyas. So they made a very sturdy one. So sturdy that even 8 people could not lift it. So then one devotee came up with the idea that we can put a wheel in that. So they put wheels on all the 4 these things. Then when I sat to give the first class they told me to give, when I was playing the mridangam a little faster, the whole thing started running because of the wheels. It went from here to there and everybody was wondering why Swamiji is going to the side. Then I told them what kind of thing you all have made. Then later on, another fellow came up with the innovative idea, the wheels can be locked also. Then afterwards they would put me in the seat and then they would lock the wheel. So in this way we can have smart ideas and smarter ideas to do things. Once the wheel came, they could easily move it. They didn't have to lift it at all. So I was telling about hard work, telling about smart work, then teamwork. Like 2 of them are reading very nicely today. So you saw the yellow one and the red one. So if you can become that yellow type of leader, then you get a lot of support from your team members. Lord Ramachandra, he had a team of only monkeys. And Ravana had mystic powers, golden chariot, they had ability to fly in the sky, technology and everything. But he was not a team player. He rejected his own brother Vibhishan. He didn't listen to his wife Mandodari, who gave a good advice. He didn't listen to his brother Kumbhakarna. He was only accepting people who are yes men. So at last he was a failure. Lord Rama could plan a very good team even with the monkeys and he won. So here, now we are going to one step deeper. How do we feel at any given point of time? We all know what are emotions. We feel these emotions. You will see sometimes you're happy, sometimes you are not. Sometimes studies are very joyful, sometimes they can be very challenging. It's not good. Yeah. Sometimes you're healthy, sometimes sick. Sometimes you get A grade or F grade. Yeah, sometimes business is skyrocketing, other times it may be nosediving due to COVID or something. So, in all such situations, how do you respond? In Bhagavad Gita, there's a lot of talk about this. You see, your own personal competence is, are you able to take a look at yourself? In these situations, how am I feeling now? Are you able to express yourself? If you can express yourself, then you can be a self-manager. Before self-management comes self-awareness. You should say that now I'm feeling very angry because so-and-so did this. So now how do I manage my anger and present my thoughts in a very sanitized manner? I can think. Similarly, I got marks. I feel jubilant I got good marks in this paper. I feel sad because I got poor marks in the paper. So are you able to observe yourself? So those who are good observers, they can manage their emotions. Those who are not able to observe themselves, they take to very extreme measures, dangerous measures. We have seen many students, they are most worried about what the world thinks of me. There was one of the boys in IIT, first year, second year, third year, he was like a topper. Final year, his mother was calling and saying, "Beta, you should get a gold medal. You are a topper all through." But then somehow he failed in 3 papers. Whole night, he was sobbing in the room. Friends called him, they're battering the door, he didn't open the door. Finally, in the dead of the night, he got up and went to the Virar Lake and drowned himself. It was in the years when I was there in IIT Bombay. Because he just couldn't face life. So those who can do self-awareness, they can face life. Krishna is teaching this. If you want to learn from Bhagavad Gita, 2.56 Bhagavad Gita, you can take 2.56 to 2.72 Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is talking about Sthita Prajna. Very nicely, elaborately is teaching that. When others praise you, how you respond. When others criticize you, how you respond. When others are neutral to you, how do you respond? How do you speak? Or do you react or do you respond? All that comes. And social competence means after you know about yourself, you also can know the climate of the people around you. So-and-so is a mild-natured person. So-and-so is a little angry person. So-and-so is a quick-to-do person. So-and-so is a little slow person. So every member of your team, if you can know who is who, then accordingly you can give them the work. If somebody is a slow person, you want some work to be done in 1 week. You tell that I want in 4 days. Then they'll give you in 1 week. Correct, no? If somebody is very quick, if you tell them to give in 4 days, they'll give you in 2 days only. So you can know it. I'll show you an example here. See, Dukkeshvanu Dignamana Sukeshu Vikataspraha Vitaraga Bayakroda Sthitidirmuni Ruchyate. One who is not disturbed in mind, even amidst the miseries. Like here, so, see, when somebody misses a flight, they can respond in different ways. Of course, this fellow is smiling. Yeah. Battery is over. Yeah. You just think about it for a moment. When you lost the flight or when you lost the train, how would we immediately respond? You don't have to tell anyone, but you can think in your own mind, how would you respond to that? So, one may laugh it off. Okay, look for the next flight or next train, because you can't bring the past back again. Yeah. Look at this fellow. When he misses the flight, he gets wild, you see. Others are trying to pat him on the shoulder and trying to pacify him. Look at the third fellow. He's depressed. So 3 different people respond in 3 different ways. You're going to learn about it very soon now in the following slides. That is called goodness. Middle one is passion. This is called ignorance. 3 different responses of 3 different people. So people who are in goodness, they are cheerful. They take life as it comes. Happiness, distress, whatever comes, they'll try to work on improvement rather than get pinned down by the past. And the one in the middle, passionate people, they just cannot, they tolerate the situation. Now when I show the next slides, it will be more easy. If you're self-aware, you can do your best and tolerate others' discouraging comments. You will not get overwhelmed. You also will know how to prioritize as you learn about self-awareness now. Oh, sorry. See, here I've shown you 2 lacking social awareness. This fellow is a boss, is scolding a subordinate in the public. and that girl is smiling, and then the other fellow is tense. You can understand, if we don't know people with whom we are working, we will not know how to deal with them. That boss is a leader with social awareness. He knows how to encourage a team member and uplift them. So, these are two terms I use now, self-awareness and social awareness. Anybody has any questions on this? Because this is very important before you learn about the three gunas. We are going to go to three gunas next slide. That's going to greatly help in the way you will have outlook, the way you will work. Anybody want to ask any question on this? Self-awareness or social awareness? Yes, please, yeah. You can speak loudly, please. Or do we have a mic? Yeah. There is a hand up behind, way behind. Yeah. Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna Swamiji. Is social awareness restricted to just knowing about the characteristics of people around us, or is there more to it? Is there more awareness of noticing? Is there an empathetic and emotional aspect to it?
Oh, that's a good question. This is one of the aspects is, like for example, if this boss is scolding this fellow in the public, what will others, that's why we say chastise in private, glorify in public, we say. So whenever you have to publicly comment about somebody, you tell the good side of the person. And if you want to improve the person, call him privately to the office and explain to him one-on-one. So that is one of the easiest ways to explain. Now the empathy which you said, that's a much more deeper thing. Like for example, I'll tell you an example. One of your employees is coming to office with a broken hand, with a sling. And then as you look at him in the morning and ask him, hey, is the project completed? You ask him. He says, sir, don't you see? Yesterday I fell off on the bike, I broke my hand. I wanted to tell you something about this. And the boss says, that's all right. Tell me whether you completed or not, otherwise I'll hand over the job to somebody else. After that, I will ask you about this. If he says, that means he's not empathic. He is not, he is least concerned about the individual as a person. He is more concerned about the project. So that kind of empathy is also a part of social awareness, correct, no?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And also, I think self-awareness comes first, right?
Yeah, self-awareness comes first, yeah. Because we have to first know who we are. What type of person am I and how I need to improve myself in my dealing with others. Then we can get to know about others. Because others' heart, others' mindset, their behavior is a little more deeper subject than knowing oneself. Yeah. Okay. So here is a test. You all can take your mobile if you want and mark yourself. It's a psychophysical nature assessment. Now there are 20 questions I am going to show you, okay? You see, for example, at what AM you wake up in the morning? So you have to write only one out of the three. Write A or B or C. One very important thing about this test, please don't write what you want to be. You write what you are. Because many of us have many desires in our mind. I want to be like this. That you don't write here. You just write, you observe your... See, this you can only do when you do self-awareness. You agree? If you can look at yourself, go to a point outside your body. From there you look at you. What time I got up? Don't tell lies also. If you tell lies, you are telling lies to yourself. You are not going to show this mark to anybody. So write A, B or C. I'll keep moving it one by one and you can keep marking yourself, okay? Okay? This is a simple question. Okay, second question. What kind of books would you prefer reading? Okay? Oh, sorry. Third one. Oh, sorry. Third one, yeah. Okay? So you have to just write like 4A. or 4B or 4C. Just keep on writing the A's, B's, C's. At the end, I will ask you how many A's you got, or how many B's you got, how many C you got. Total, we'll be totaling it later, okay? Okay? All right? All right? Okay? All right? Okay? Oh, sorry. 12th. How inclined are you towards cleanliness? All right? Okay? What do you dwell most of the time? In the present, or the future, or the past? All right? Oh, sorry. 16. All right? Can I move next one? Oh, sorry. 17, yeah. When faced with a challenge or a new situation, are you resourceful and calm? Are you often keen to improve and fix? Or you curse the situation? All right? Oh, sorry. 18. It's most important for you to restore balance and harmony, or solve a problem and innovate, or find comfort and avoid confrontation? That means when a person faces a new problem, you just forget it, leave it. You like soothing music, or you like DJ, 120 decibels, or like a sad music? Okay. Okay, this is the last question. Huh? Your life motto is accept and go with the flow, strive to succeed, ignorance is bliss. Okay. Now what you do, after you have done this exercise, You can see this table. Like this, for some you got A's, some you got B, for some you got C, correct, no? When you total up everything, so check which one you got the most A's or most B's or most C's. And you don't have to tell anyone about it. You can know for yourself. So the first one is called Sattva Guna, and middle is Raja Guna, and the third one is Tama Guna, we call it. See, these are leaders in Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So I will tell you more qualities. We look at the picture, you'll get an idea what type of management they do. This fellow is depressed, this fellow is aggressive, that fellow is encouraging. You see, 3 words Lord Krishna uses in the Gita. Nidra, Alasya, Pramad. Nidra means sleep. Alasya, you see. Pramad, yeah. Why Pramad means madness? Like putting, liquor and smoke and drugs and everything into the system, which are very dangerous for the body. And also Alasya means sleeping 10 hours at night and sleeping another 5 hours in the day, like that. Too much of sleep, laziness, lethargy. Also, these people are insecure, fearful, panicking, as you see here. They're indecisive, confused, bewildered. Yeah, they often get into depression. And these are the people who go for suicide in mode of ignorance, because they think whole world is dangerous place, they won't be able to survive. They get insecure thoughts. Yeah. You see, passion, 2 words Lord Krishna uses, Sangha and Trishna. They act and then they lament later, they regret later. They are always in the rat race, their workaholism. See these pictures, if you see, look at the top fellow, he wants to get ahead of others. Look at this fellow, he doesn't cooperate in a team. He has quitted the team. Look at this fellow, his aggressive behavior. So here he is competitive. Envious of peers or subordinates and things like that. You got an idea of passion. And goodness. Sukham and Jnanam, he says. Sukham means always cheerful, happy. Jnanam means wise, learned. So these people think and speak. They think and act. They think twice before they act. So all this, they are regulated in habits, simplicity, thoughtfulness, noble saint, all these good qualities. You can see that. They can forgive, they have a controlled mind, they have good discipline in whatever they do. They calm, friendly, everything. This is Sattva. Here is an example here. Say 500 people are in a party like this, in a closed theater, and suddenly a fire breaks out due to electrocution. If you were there in that party, you have to say, how would 3 people respond in 3 different ways? How would the ignorant person, passionate person, and goodness person would respond? Any of you can say? If somebody is in ignorance in a theater like that, how would they respond? Anybody can raise a hand? Any of you? How do you think they would respond? Yeah? Yes, anybody?
Ignorant person will try to escape.
He will try to escape. How will he escape?
Will find some way out rather than helping the others and
of course, he will not help others. That's true. But a person in ignorance, Lord Krishna says, Nidra, Alasya, Pramad, he says. So he gets panicky. Okay. He sees the fear and he will think that now death has come now. So he is likely to faint, unconscious, or cry. And he is going to discourage others also. Everybody will be finished, he will say like that. And he may faint unconscious also. He has to be taken to a doctor, I think. Correct, no? That will be the person in ignorance. Thank you. And person in passion, what he will do? Anybody? A person in passion, what they would do? Here is the hand up. Yeah, please.
So the passionate guy, he might try to escape, but it'll be very aggressive. It might be at the cost of others also.
Exactly. Even plus, very good. Yeah, he may climb on the shoulder of others and try to get out. Huh? He just thinks about himself. He doesn't bother about others at all. Huh? Okay, a person in goodness, what do you think they will do? Yeah, please give it to her. There's a hand up. Yeah.
He would make sure he saves others and then he would go out.
Okay, say you are in a theater like that and there's an accident. How would you save others first? What would you do? What action would you take?
Yeah, fire extinguisher, something like that. I would.
Okay, let us assume that there is a fire extinguisher, but none of us know how to use it. Then what would you do? There is one hand up there next to you. Yeah, you are raising, somebody was raising hand, I saw.
Yeah.
Who is that?
So can
Yeah, please.
Sir, maybe you would first try and find the nearest fire exit and maybe take children there first, because wild assumption that they are in the most danger as of now.
Correct.
Yeah.
The children, old people, women, they should be given the way out first. Others can go later. So he tries to guide them. But then the problem is everybody is in a panicky mode. Everybody is worried and fearful. Nobody is listening to anybody. Everybody wants to save themselves. So if any of you were in such a situation like this, what is the first thing you would do? What would you do? What is something humanly possible? What you would do? Anybody? Yeah? We are just taking a hypothetical situation. Yeah, yes?
Yes, sir. Sir, would call the fire brigade.
Exactly. Give him an applause. Give him very good. Just call the fire brigade first. As soon as you see there is a danger, call the fire brigade. If you don't know the fire brigade number, what you can do? I think nowadays in mobiles they have, I think. Is it? There is also some kind of some number which you can just dial up to get some help. Or you can also call your parents or somebody. Tell them that there is a big danger in the fire accident, please. And they will definitely arrange for some safety. So, why am I showing you this instance to you? In such situations, depending on which guna you are in, you will be able to make decision. Tomorrow, let us assume that many of you sitting here, you become an entrepreneur, start a company. In case you are in mode of ignorance, then you will easily get depressed over small losses. Like during the COVID time, one American company came from 900 crores to 300 crores. And the company owner was like shattered, seeing the loss. But if one is in goodness, one can think positively. Okay, here is a poem. Please read the poem carefully. A capsule tired of a long distance walk kept his basket aside and slept off under the shade of a banyan tree that was full of with a group of mischievous monkeys. After a while, he got up from his sleep and found his basket was totally empty. The monkeys had picked up each one a cap, wearing on their heads, and climbed up the tree. Look at all the monkeys. They are wearing the cap from the businessman's basket. None of them, he has not a single cap left. So if this fellow was in ignorance, how would you act? Any of you? See, many of you may be knowing this story. In India, it's a pretty famous story it is. But don't tell me the answer in goodness. Tell me in ignorance, what would a businessman do? If he was in tamaguna, mode of ignorance, what he would do? Yeah? Anybody? Yeah? Yes? No, your ignorant person is not so smart in thinking. He is not a good thinker. Yes? He will give up and start crying. He will go home with the empty basket and tell his wife, today I lost my business. And all the monkeys have taken away my cap. A person in ignorance would do that. A person in passion, what he would do? Yes. Anybody else? She has already answered. Anyone else who hasn't answered can answer it. Anybody? What would a person in passion do? I think there's one more hand up there. You can speak loudly? He will chase the monkeys. Exactly. He will chase the monkeys. And do you think monkeys will give back the caps? No, they are going to keep the caps and run away. See, why are you all learning these things now? Tomorrow, when you go for a job, when work is not getting done, are you going to chase after your people? Are you going to yell at your people? Or are you going to be panicky? It depends on your guna. But an intelligent person knows how to get the work done from people. So, what this fellow did?
और उसने अपनी टोपी हवा में उछाल दी। ये देखकर बंदरों ने भी टोपियां हवा में उछाली। फिर उसने अपनी टोपी जमीन पर फेंक दी। बंदरों ने भी अपनी टोपियां जमीन पर फेंक दी। ये हुई ना बात।
Who said that? Yeah, he said that. This is in Sattva Guna. He was an intelligent person. So what he did when the monkeys took away the cap, he thought, what is the nature of monkeys? The nature of monkeys is to copy whatever you do. So if I put my cap in the basket, they will all put their monkeys will put. That's what they did. So he was very thoughtful, isn't it? So how to introspect and modify your current pattern of working? You see, here is an example of a man, a passionate man. He went to forest in his horseback along with his dog. But while coming back, the dog was barking all the while. So he shot the dog, thinking that the dog has gone crazy. But why was the dog barking? After 5 miles, he realized my purse is missing. So he went back to the tree, and sure enough, the purse was lying under the tree, and the dog was touching the purse, and the dog was dead with blood in the mouth. So then he took his purse, but tried to get the dog back to life. Do you think dog can come back to life after shooting? So people in passion, they act first and they regret later. They do something wrong and they cry later. On the other hand, here is a real story of Newton and his dog Diamond. So one day when he went for a stroll in the evening, the dog tripped the candle and all his 5 years of research paper got burned down to ashes. When Newton came back, he cried a lot. You know what he's saying? You see, oh Diamond, Diamond, thou little knowest the mischief thou hast done. He said, you don't know what mischief you have done. You made me lose all my research papers. He had a gun in his drawer. He could have taken and shot the dog, which he didn't do. Because he thought, even if I shoot the dog, papers won't come back again. So Newton was thoughtful. So I told you 2 stories. One in passion of a foolish man who acted prematurely. And another one of Newton. So from this, what we learn, think before you act. Look before you leap. Don't do first vision and then action. That is Sattva Guna. See, here is a family. This is, I think, in Bhopal, I think. You know, this man could not pay back the debt that he took. So they were harassing him. So he and all his wife and children, he killed everybody. I mean, they took poison and died. This is a recent news it is. I think it is 2023, July 13, you see. Yeah. This is an example of Tamoguna. Tamoguna means no thinking, no endeavor, depression, suicide. Why am I showing this? I don't know how many of you know in Bangalore in 2023, more than 248 suicide deaths happened by the youths in Bangalore, which is called as the California of the East. Therefore, unless we know these 3 gunas, what is Tamoguna, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, how we behave in different circumstances. So those students who are in Tamoguna, depressed, or they are getting suicidal, or they have to rise themselves to Rajoguna and Sattva-guna. They have to go above. So here you will see, most of the students waste their time. What guna it is in? Never setting goals or setting goals and not sticking to them. What guna it is? Tamoguna. Tamoguna means you never set the goal, and you don't, even if you set also, you don't stick to the goal. Moving around and socializing to feel security. Actually, moving around and socializing to become popular, that is Rajoguna. Moving around to feel security is Tamoguna. Lower level of concentration, getting easily distracted by trivial things. When do you get distracted? Like you are watching TV, people change channels 30, 40 times. What is that guna? That is Rajoguna. Rajoguna means easily distracted. Easily distracted. Doing more than one thing at a time and accepting unrealistic deadlines. Which more? Is it goodness, passion, ignorance? Passion. It's in passion. Getting involved in everything to become popular. This one? That is also in passion. Indecisive and postponing decisions. Goodness, passion, ignorance. Which one? Ignorance. Thinking no one else can manage my work if I am absent. Passion. Feeling difficulty to work with highly accomplished and smart leaders. Like we saw in that, 2 of them are reading, no? So in passion, one thinks, I don't want to share the credit with anybody. I am the best leader, they feel. Passion. Forgetting things or badly organized unclean desk. That's ignorance. And then looking for too much perfection in job leading to micromanagement. Yeah? Actually, looking for perfection, which means you don't delegate. You keep everything with yourself. That's actually passion. In passion, one thing is I am a perfectionist and nobody can match my perfection. One thing's like that. So, see here, leaders in goodness, they think and act. Leaders in passion, they think partially and act, or they don't think also. And leaders in ignorance, they never think and never act. They don't take initiative also. They're very lazy. So think, plan, execute. This is actually sattva. So only when you do self-awareness, you study about your behavior, everything, you can do these things. What are my priorities? Which one I should do now? Which one I can plan later? This is a big subject. I will not touch this. See, have you defined your priorities? If you are self-aware, you can define your priorities. Then organize your life around those priorities. Then you can have a discipline. Like we say, know the right, do the right, discipline the right. So these things are possible when you observe your life very nicely. Because we all have a lot of things to do nowadays. We have limited time. So putting down everything and then prioritizing them, identifying the most important, which one to eliminate, which one to keep. Like many students lose their time in social media nowadays because unless the exam comes very close, people don't take it seriously. Yeah. So if you see here, see, passion is not totally bad. Passion combined with goodness makes you a very assertive, powerful leader. We need a combination of our passion should be guided by goodness. Like a Raja should be guided by a Rishi. It's called Raja Rishi. Like Chanakya guided Chandragupta. Similarly, Shivaji Maharaj was guided by Samartha Ramdas. Like that, if a king is guided by a saint, that combination is S plus R, Sattva and Rajas. That will make one assertive leader, very powerful leader. So last section it is. It's ABCD formula. I'm just giving you the conclusion now. So, very simple. A for association. B for, books that uplift you. C for chanting. We call it as the ABCD formula. Very simple. First one, association means the books, movies, music, friends, I told you. Whichever is uplifting. Today, whatever I spoke to you was on the basis of Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana. We take from those literatures and we make PowerPoints to share with people. A lot of things are there to learn. It's oceanic it is. If you start with Bhagavad Gita 1 page a day, it will make a very big impact. And also, good association means people with whom you can associate, like Visalakshmi Madam and Kondaya Sir, they were telling me, in your college they started management principles from Bhagavad Gita. 1 or 2 years ago they started. Many students are opting for the elective. It's a very nice thing. Many times in colleges we learn only technical subjects. But learn something that will help you in your own life as a human being, as a person is a very wonderful thing. So, then book B for Bhagavad Gita, C for chanting. This chanting is something which calms the mind. It brings you to focus. It helps you to concentrate. It helps you to learn tolerance, patience in dealing with situations. It will help you to become more contemplative if you do this chant. I do this chanting daily. We all do that. We have been doing for years together. And I can show you a video which talks about how the students benefit from it. I'll show you that.
Spiritual disciplines recommend meditational practices such as silent meditation, silent recitation of mantras, and also the verbal repetition of specific mantras out loud. A clinical test of the benefits of mantra chanting was performed on 3 groups of 62 subjects, males and females of average age 25. They chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 25 minutes each day under strict clinical supervision. Results showed that regular chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra reduces stress and depression and helps reduce bad habits and addictions. These results formed a PhD thesis at Florida State University.
He says it helps reduce depression, addictions, and bad habits. Everything is removed, he says. So this is the chanting of the mantra. It's very easy. You can sit in a park or anywhere. Any time of the day it can be chanted. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like that. It takes you about 8 minutes to do, 108 times. Give a try. Do it for a week. If you benefit, you continue. If you don't like it, you can stop it. Try for yourself. You see, doctors have researched and found the red zone is passion, black zone is ignorance, and the yellow zone is goodness. So the chanting of Hare Krishna brings you, mantra meditator is put in alpha zone, where you get relaxed alertness. You are relaxed, but you are also very alert also, at the same time. The brainwave frequencies have been studied. 8 to 13 is the most ideal for you to be a person to function in the best manner possible. What's happening? Yeah. There is a research thesis by David Brian Wolf on this doctorate thesis. See, neurologists have studied that the chanting of the Hare Krishna even has cured schizophrenia. It's in Detroit. You will see that. Vivek Baluja has done a research on neurologist. He's done on this. So, which means even people suffering from OCD or genetic disorders, many have got cured by such kind of repeated mantra chant. So Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, 1965 he went to America, where hippies were into all kinds of bad habits, smoking, drinking, drugs and everything. By this chant and singing, he brought them to pure character, pure habits. And they became very happy, and they took this message all over the world later. And the D is for diet, which is sattvic diet called prasada. By eating prasad, once jaisa an, vaisa man, it is said. What type of food you eat. So by eating sattvic ahar, prasad, one's consciousness becomes nourished and enhanced. Somebody may say, if I eat vegetarian food, will I be strong? So the elephant is also vegetarian, you can see. Do you think elephant is a weak animal? I have shown you 4 positives, now 4 negatives I am going to show you. These are the 4 regulative principles which one should avoid all intoxication, smoking, drinking, drugs. This is in Tamoguna. One should avoid gambling. Gambling is in Rajoguna. Gambling brings quick money or all money is lost. And meat eating increases Rajas. Because when you kill an animal, the animal tries to run away. That is, running away is called flight. Or the animal shows the teeth to attack you back, that is Rajoguna. So Rajoguna, Tamoguna product comes out as adrenaline. That adrenaline, when you eat that, consume that meat, then we also develop passion and ignorance. And no illicit connection means no sex before marriage, no sex outside marriage. This is also in Rajoguna. So all these Rajoguna, Tamoguna activities I have written as a gimme. Gimme is gambling, illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication. So avoid these 4 and do those 4 positive things, ABCD. Association, Bhagavad Gita, chanting and diet. Thank you. So I got a little late, I believe. Yeah. Can I take one question, madam? Is it getting late? Yeah. Anybody want to ask me a question, 1 or 2 questions? There is a hand up way behind. Yeah. Here also there is a hand up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Guruji. So the question I want to ask is, from the slide you said mind, body and soul.
Correct.
So we all have souls. What differentiates 2 souls?
All souls are very similar in nature. All of them. In the body of a human being, the body of a tree, the body of an animal, the souls are all similar in nature. But surrounding the soul, the mind has either pure karma vasanas or impure karma vasanas. Pure and impure, plus minus. Both are there in the mind. But the souls are all similar in nature. Just like, for example, a small kid is driving a tricycle. When he goes to school, he has a bicycle. When he goes to college, he has a bike. When he goes to company, he takes a car. Vehicles are changing, but the driver is same. Similarly, the souls, they are all same in quality, but they are all occupying different type of bodies. That's why I told all of you, everyone is divine here. There is not a single bad person here. Everyone is divine. But they are covered by a mind. Just like, for example, say one of the students here has come with the stinking socks, for example. Everybody will be, closing their nose and saying, who is stinking? No one is stinking, socks is stinking. So if the fellow removes the socks outside the door, washes his feet and comes in, then he won't be stinking. Similarly, our minds are stinking with some bad qualities. And the good news for all of you is, just as the socks is washable, mind is also cleanable. When we chant Hare Krishna, the mind gets cleaned.
So then, Guruji, why so many souls? Because population keeps increasing. Why so many?
No, all these souls are eternally existing in a spiritual plane. And from there, they have come to this material plane now. Ideally speaking, we all have to go back to the spiritual plane where we'll be happy forever. That's our original position. Like, God and the souls are all divine and pure. But we have turned away from God and come here. So because we have turned away and come here, it's like a child leaving the safe security of the parents and running away into the crowd. So we have come here. So here, when we have come here, we have come with some independent desires stored in our mind. Like, for example, somebody want to control others. Somebody want to dominate others. Somebody want to enjoy. Somebody want to possess. Like Alexander wanted to possess the whole world. He became very greedy. Similarly, so there are people who invaded India. You can see that. British invaded India for 200 years. So in this way, people's tendency to lord over others, like mosquito bites me and I try to roast a mosquito with electric bat. So people are giving trouble to one another in this world. That's because of the impure mind. When the mind is purified, then we go back to God from where we have come. And there is a real family, just like what you read in Srimad Bhagavatam, like Krishna and all the Gopas, Gopis, cows, calves. It's a very happy land, Vrindavan. Similarly, if you see Ayodhya, Lord Rama and all his associates, it's a very happy land. So spiritual world is a happy place with Lord in the center and all of them aligned with Lord's will. But when they break Lord's will and come here to act independently, then we suffer.
One request, Guruji. So this PPT, people pay thousands to know this knowledge. And if we just learn and go, we might not remember all of this. So I don't know if I can ask this for free, but is there a way we can access this PPT?
Oh, I can share it with all of you.
Thank you.
All my PPTs are available in my website, Radheshyamdas.com. You can see if you go to Radheshyamdas.com and just put Art of Smart Work, you get this PPT there.
Thank you, Guruji.
It's there in the search. Yeah, yes. Yes, there was another question there. Yeah, yes. Yeah.
So, Namaskar, Guruji. Okay, being on the Sattva is a continuous process. But I would like to know, can you give me a few tips how to, transfer from, or how to be upon, from Dvaita to Advaita?
Acha, you are asking about Dvaitam and Advaita, no?
Yeah.
Usually Advaita, Dvaita, Vasishta Advaita, 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 Shuddha Advaita, Achintya Bheda, they're all multiple different angles. You take one coin or diamond. One side you see it looks green, another side blue, another side yellow. So somebody is saying it looks green, but ultimately the absolute truth is only one.
Yeah.
Say, for example, in the Bhagavatam it is said God is simultaneously personal and impersonal. Like Krishna is personal, but the Brahma Jyoti is impersonal. In the 14.27 Bhagavad Gita, you can see Lord Krishna says, Brahmanohi Pratishta Aham. I am a personal God, but I have an impersonal aspect also. So Jnana is like the impersonal aspect. So therefore they go for Advaita and they want to be suspended in the Brahma Jyoti, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. They want Shanti. But those who want to love God and exchange love with Him, they are Bhaktas. So then God gives them a chance to come to His abode and exchange love with Him. So that is Dvaitam. And our philosophy of Achintya Bheda Abheda means God is simultaneously personal and impersonal. He has two aspects.
Yes, so which one need to be practiced, whether it is Dvaita or Advaita?
Yeah, we practice Bhakti Yoga because Bhakti Yoga includes everything. Senses, mind, intelligence and the soul. Whereas Karma Yoga means you use only the senses. Jnana Yoga only the mind. And Ashtanga Yoga only the intelligence. Bhakti Yoga means you bring the heart. When you bring the heart with love to God, then your intelligence, mind, senses, all of them run with the heart.
Yeah,
therefore we practice Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah, but when it comes to Advaita, like everything becomes illusion. And that is a manifestation from the consciousness. So when it's
actually everything is illusion means you have to understand. For example, when you talk about reflection, for example, you exist, your shadow exists. Correct, no?
Yeah.
If the shadow exists, that means you exist, therefore the shadow exists. Brahmam Satyam Jagat Mityam, you say.
Yeah.
For example, you are walking in the road, you are seeing a rope. You are misunderstanding rope to be snake, so you are afraid. But the real snake is existing. Otherwise, why do you mistake the rope to be a snake? Correct, no? So the spiritual world exists. Material world is a perverted reflection of spiritual world. You read the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives a nice example. There is a tree, mango tree, which is looking upside down in the water. So there is original mango in the real tree, but there is a reflection mango in the water. So which mango you will go for? Will you go for the mango tree mango, or you will go for the reflection mango?
We will go for the real mango.
Yeah.
But like,
so Lord Krishna is telling, aim at the spiritual world, which is the original mango tree.
yeah. But every time we see the world is Advaita. So, but we need to transfer to the Advaita. So, what are the tips, like how to, practice?
No, actually, you are talking about the dualities like Sukha Dukkha, Shita Ushna, Man Apaman. That is the nature of this world. Krishna says you focus on meditation, chanting, then you can live in the world, but you will not be of this world. You may be just like a lotus is in the middle of muddy pool of water. Does it get muddy? No. So that's why we were teaching about the chanting. When you do chanting, you can live in the middle of the city and not get polluted. You can remain pure. All right? There is one hand up behind. I want to give opportunity. Those two are raising hand. Way behind. Yeah. Please give them.
Good evening. You talked about social awareness and empathy a lot.
Yeah.
My question is, as students or as freshers, we want to be approachable and empathetic.
Correct.
But at the same time, we don't want to be seen as too soft. So how do we establish boundaries and maintain authority while still being empathetic?
Yeah. So there are three ways of dealing with any situation. We call it as a passive or assertive or aggressive, we call it. Aggressive means I dominate the other person. Passive means I allow him to dominate me. Assertive means I give others their rights and I take my right. That's called assertive. I'll tell you a little story in this connection. Once there was a disciple of Narada who was a snake. And the snake attended the lecture seminars by Narada and he became a devotee. And then when he went to the village, the boys were pelting stones on him. And his body became full of bruises. With blood oozing out of his body, he came to Narada and cried, because I learned from you, I should be humble. But then the boys are pelting stones at me, what do I do? Narada told him, okay, now you get cured now. When you again go back to village, he said, don't bite them, but you can hiss at them. He said. So now next time he went, and then he did, all the boys ran away. So that way he didn't harm them also, and he could defend himself also. Similarly, we all should know how not to let others exploit us, especially in this day and age. Like Pandavas, for example, they never offended Kauravas, but they defended themselves. When Kauravas tried to kill the Pandavas in the Lakshagraha Varnavat, Pandavas escaped through the Suranga. When the Kauravas tried to kill them in the battle, Pandavas also fought the battle and defended themselves. So we all have our right to defend ourselves, but we don't unnecessarily offend other living beings. Because if we offend others, then we increase the enmity. When we defend ourselves, you will be protected. So when you learn the Gita, Gita teaches these principles that we are generally non-violent. We don't unnecessarily harm any creature. But sometimes if it comes to our self-protection, then we may have to offend. We may have to take action. Is it clear? Yeah, thank you. What was your question?
Thank you, Guruji, for this divine knowledge. Really, some of the enlightened pieces here. So my question is, we have spoken in detail about the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So in this world, when everybody is running behind passion and everything is pushing you towards passion, how do you maintain the right balance of sattvic and rajas? Both of them give you the best outcome.
Okay, I will tell you a little example. It will make it very clear. See, there were two bakery shops. One bakery shop, it was run by a devotee. Another bakery shop run by somebody. So this bakery shop was making only 2 lakh per month, whereas the other bakery shop was making 6 lakhs per month. So many people told this devotee shop that, you are only earning 2 lakhs per month. You are not making big money. Look at that guy, he is making 6 lakhs. Then he found out how he is making 6 lakhs. He is a very passionate worker. How he is making 6 lakhs? Because whenever the bread would get fungus, he would just brush it and he would sell it. Whereas in the devotee bakery shop, devotee was very conscientious. He thought that if I sell this fungus bread to people, they may eat it and they may get food poisoning and all. I will not sell it. As soon as it caught fungus, he threw it away in the dustbin. So he was losing a lot. He just got 2 lakhs monthly. So some people told this fellow that you are really losing out. You are not smart in your business. But it so happened within a couple of months, some of the people buying, bread from the other shop, which was making 6 lakhs, they got food poisoning. They started getting stomachache. One of them died also. And the police came to seal the shop. And the shop came to be known as fungus shop. Nobody would ever go to the shop at all. Then all the customers of that shop came to this shop now. And that shop got closed forever because of the bad reputation. So this fellow, although he made 2 lakhs before, now he started making 5-6 lakhs now. And for all time to come. Whereas the other shop was closed down. So do you want short-term success or you want long-term success? Tell me. Yes? How many are looking for long-term, long-enduring success? Yeah. Therefore, one should go by the principles of goodness. Goodness will produce a long-term, long-enduring success. And passion will produce instant success and a long-term failure. So one can think about life, that passionate mode to life will initially be rewarding, but eventually punishing. But life in goodness may be initially apparently punishing, but eventually it will be rewarding. So when you consider these principles, then you will walk by the path of dharma. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Here one hand up. Yeah, yes.
Namaskaram, Guruji. Since I am practicing a yoga, I want to share the knowledge to my juniors actually. So I created one group and started let's practice for 7 days continuously, so that you will get the consistency and rest of all you choose your thing. So first 2 days was very good. First day they came around 3 members, and second day around 2 members, and third day, since I am in an internship, I want to go to Karnool. So with the I was communicating through online, but slowly the graph was decreased, and when they see me, they're turning the head and they're going off. And again, I want to recreate it. Again, come on, let's do it. No issues. You have created one step. I informed to some few members only. Let's start from the initiative. If it get good, and I can show the results of my juniors, and I can say to other my people. So he's your friend. If he can do, why can't you do? I want to make this awareness, and I want to make this.
Whenever you try to offer something good, and in case you feel people are not taking advantage of it, then we can find out how to make my offering a better offering for them to be acceptable, irresistibly attractive. How to make it attractive, you can see. For example, now I am a monk now. I give lectures on Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, many devotional lectures to mass of devotees I give. But I am coming to students now, so I took some time out to make this PowerPoint. Because I know it's very difficult to hold the students. Unless there is something attractive and something that they will benefit from in a language that will be relatable to them. You agree? Yes. In the same manner, I would suggest you want to teach yoga. How many minutes you are teaching per day?
Not yoga, means before to start yoga, I want to make them to consistent. So you should wake up early. I used to wake up 4:30 to 4:30 like that. And I used to call them.
Students are sleeping at 2 o'clock. So for them to get up at most of them get up at 8 o'clock. So you can tell them that you wake up whatever time you want. Still you come for yoga, you can tell them in the beginning. And then slowly you can inspire them to shift, from 2 to 1 and then 12 like that. That will take several months for them. And if you make a principle that everybody should come at 5 o'clock for yoga, nobody will be around.
Yes.
Correct, no?
Yes.
Because your standards are very high. So you want them to come in Brahma Muhurt, correct, no? But we don't start with that. That will come after many months, it will come. You can allow them to come at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Teach them a little bit. Once they get a taste in what you are teaching, then they are likely to slowly modify their life. I have a video clip with me, just 3 minutes video. You can go to YouTube and find out why the top-notch CEOs of the world rise at 4 a.m. There is a video. If you just put it, you will get it in the YouTube. 4 a.m., like, Tim Cook, Apple, all these big top-notch CEOs, they get up at 4 o'clock because early morning our mind is in Brahma Muhurta, very fresh, and affirmations can be made, creativity, innovation, it's very powerful. And chanting Hare Krishna also is very good. Even yoga is very good in the morning. Yeah, but students will not immediately accept it. If they watch such videos, slowly they are likely to change. Their lifestyle has to be changed. And like Rome was not built in a day. It takes time for them. Imagine if I come in the lecture today and say, tomorrow onwards, all of you try getting up at 4, they will run away. That's why we are just talking about Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, 3 gunas. So now today students will appreciate that Sattva guna means it helps us to think and act. Rajoguna means act and regret. Tamoguna means neither thinking nor acting. So at least one thing they have learned today, that we should learn to think before we act. And that is helped by 4 things, ABCD I was telling. So we teach simple things in the beginning, go from familiar to unfamiliar. Then they will pick up. I appreciate your initiative. Your intention is good, certainly. Start with a small group of students, 4 or 5 students, eventually it will become 40 or 50, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And one more doubt. I start blowing the Shanka. I watched some YouTube videos and started blowing. After blowing the Shanka, my digestive system has increased and also my breathing, everything was increased.
Good.
But I didn't get any this. How much time you should blow? Within how much time you should blow?
You are a student also, right?
Yes, sir.
Along with studentship, you are doing this much is even great. You just keep it steadily going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shank time.
Yeah.
Shank blowing time. How much I should blow?
How much you should grow it?
How much? With how much time should I blow the shank?
Shanka, actually, we generally blow it for about 45 seconds to 1 minute only.
Okay.
The blowing the shank. 45 seconds to 1 minute continuously. Like that of about 1 minute max.
Okay.
We blow it 3 times before we start the puja. Yeah. Early morning, correct now?
Yes.
Thank you. There was one hand up behind. It's getting late, is it? It's getting late, no? Yeah, one last question I'll take. Yeah, there is one hand away behind, you see? You have a question, are you? Okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
Radhe, Radhe.
Okay.
Sir, like how to control the desire? How to control? See, if you see some food, you will get desire to eat that. If you see some food, you don't like to eat that. If you see someone, you like that person, but if you see this person, like how to control all that stuff?
Yeah, correct. Actually, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that intelligence, mind, senses. This is the order. For example, intelligence is like the driver of the chariot, and the mind is like the ropes, and the senses are like the horses. So the horses have to be controlled by the ropes, and ropes by the driver. And the driver is the intelligence. So you begin with strengthening your intelligence by study of the Gita. And in the Gita, Lord Krishna says that why our senses should not be allowed to run the way they want to run. So if the horses run in all directions, the chariot will topple. Correct, no? You will see that in this world, when we let the senses go and fulfill their desires, we regret later. After, for example, I am not supposed to eat junk food, for example. But after eating the junk food, when I become more and more obese, then I regret later on. Correct, no? Similarly, I don't want to study in the beginning of the semester. Whole semester I am playing games. When the examination comes, I lament later. So therefore, when we first of all understand one thing, that you have to discipline your desires. That you are clear about it, right? You have to discipline our desires. For example, say the traffic in the road is controlled by a traffic policeman. The regulator in the gas cylinder controls the gases, if you see. The river, when it is getting into a flood mode, then we have a dam. Dam controls the water, if you see. Similarly, the plants and trees which grow in the morning, we have a trimmer to trim them, to make them proper like that. So you take a kite, for example, it has a spool to control. So wherever there is no control, nothing good can happen.
Like in Mahabharata, we know that Ravana is a great scholar. See, in Ravana, I have a habit of praising the villain because
Ravana was uncontrolled desire he had,
he has an uncontrolled.
But ultimately was destroyed.
But I think he has suppressed his control over his feet, and he have destroyed.
No, he had some powers and knowledge also. But at the end of Ramayana, you find Ravana was destroyed. That is because he didn't control his desire. He wanted to catch someone else's wife, especially Sita, Ram's wife. So in this way, you find that desires, if they are harnessed, just like they become like a dam. If you control the desires, it's like a trained elephant. If you don't control the desires, it's like a mad elephant.
So like one doubt in the end is like you get angry on some person and you shout
Yes.
On the spot,
Yeah.
don't know what we are shouting at that time. I think it's unconsciousness.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, this is also related to what we take the food, which type of the food we take.
That's what I was showing now. If we eat food that increases passion, then we behave like that. If we eat very simple sattvic ahar, jaisa and vaisaman, that is one thing. One is the food, chanting Hare Krishna, very simple. Try doing 10 minutes a day. Like I showed you the students of Florida University, how they have seen improvement. Similarly, read Bhagavad Gita 1 page a day. If you have a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is, just 1 page a day. These 3 things, try to do it. And see a very big difference you will see in managing your own desires. At least you are able to detect that desires are coming and then whether they are proper or not. That much thinking you have, which is really evolved mindset. And now with that evolved mindset, try to do these 3 things. Reading Bhagavad Gita 1 page a day.
In the end, in my life, I feel like I get a desire. After that certain period, I think nothing is permanent. Just it comes, just it goes. But in that moment, why can't I control? That's the thing.
Oh, that is not like Rome was not built in a day. I said, similarly, the desires can be managed over a period of practice. Like practice makes a person perfect, say, no? So those who are practicing meditation, chanting, reciting the Vedic literature, we all have been studying for many years. Then only the desires will gradually come under control. And then we can modify our desires by substituting bad desires by pure desires. Like reading a novel or reading some kind of, or watching some movie versus reading Bhagavad Gita or going to a temple. So you are substituting unwanted desires by good desires. So the desire is a very big subject, surely. Some other time when I come to your college again, I can speak on that. But you read Bhagavad Gita 1 page a day at least. Try, okay? Thank you. So thank you very much, Sir. Sir, I just want to, just 1 minute, I'll just take 1 minute. So you can see this at your leisure. I have put this website here. So this is Instagram, this one, and this is YouTube, and the bottom one is the website. You get, if you go to the website, the very first box called Newcomers, you will get a lot of things in that. And if you have any further questions, you can write to me at this. You're welcome. So I thank all the college authorities for offering me the opportunity to share with all of you. And I deeply appreciate your enthusiasm and interest, not only just sitting through and completing the seminar, but also asking relevant questions and really very sincere questions. Thank you all very much. Now I can take this.